No, I don't.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Talk City 91.1 FM. Talk.
Cabinet has approved the establishment of the regulatory framework for the registration and management of classic, antique, and vintage vehicles in Trinidad and Tobago.
Music. Culture.
We are now in a state where I can now proudly announce that our gas production will increase by a significant amount given all the various projects that are now expected to come online.
Engaging conversations, latest news, our music. This is Talk City 91.1 FM.
On Sunday, July 5th, Ballpark Macoya comes alive as Experience 496 Gym presents the Experience 496 Championships. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., 15 teams enter the battlefield for a full day of football, rivalry, big moments, and family entertainment. Bring your crew, bring the kids, and witness the energy. Experience 496 Championships. Sunday, July 5th, Ballpark Macoya. 15 teams, one field, one champion.
Hey Trisha, I ain't seen you in a while. How business going?
Boy, business real slow these days, and advertising expensive.
You for real? You ain't hear about SBP?
What is that?
Small Business Package. You can advertise your business on radio. They cater for your budget.
You serious?
Yes, girl. Them fellows are Next 99.1, Sweet 100.1, and Talk City 91.1. Real bigging up your thing.
What? No way. Tell me where, when, and how.
Call 622-4141. That number is 622-4141. And for more information, you can email tttsales@ttt.co.tt.
I heading down Marfal Road now. That song ain't too good to be true.
Stamina Energy. Rise to the occasion.
Energy starts here. Yo, stamina energy. Stamina energy. Stamina energy is the truth to keep me pumping, baby. To keep me moving. To keep me grooving. To keep me pumping. All night and day. Energy right. So go all night. It's stamina energy that give me life.
Stamina Energy. Rise to the occasion. Available now in strawberry lemonade. Only 5 calories. Pure energy. You can listen on Talk City 91.1 FM and stay connected on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, wherever you are.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report. The Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report. The Ground Report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check. It's 11 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City, 91.1 FM. Let me say a pleasant good morning to all my drivers. All my drivers, a pleasant good morning to you. Wherever you are, whether it's in Trinidad or Tobago, and yes, all United States. While driving with a trucking, yeah, look onto the Ground Report program. Good morning to all truckers, maxi drivers, taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers, yeah, 7-seaters, white panel vans, eh?
Our God is for us.
Good morning to you. Not forgetting, let me say a pleasant good morning to the sister Isle Tobago, in which we were there yesterday. Tobago, a pleasant good morning to you.
God is for us. And who could ever stop?
Not forgetting those of you who we miss interacting with online. Yesterday, all of you on the World Wide Web, on Facebook and on YouTube. Good morning to each and every one of you. I tell all if all they didn't get we real media TT, or they could have just go. Like I remember, keep telling all of that. So those of you who only ring in and saying about, well, you know live, I always tell all if you ain't get we on real media, you could get us on Talk City. If you ain't get we on Talk City, remember you see all you get we on Corridor. Try. So long as you realize you ain't get you with real media, all it was just go to Talk City. Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM on Facebook or on YouTube, and you all would have got us live from Tobago.
God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God.
Let me say good morning to Wendy and John, Ann Moon, Sammy, Nancy, all of you, Pamela, who Drum John, and I hailing out to you all this morning because you all were missed.
And if our God is with us, then what can stand against?
Soka Dolly, good morning. Pamela Palu, a pleasant good morning. Desmond Hines, good morning.
And if our God is with us, then what can stand against?
Grace. Yeah, Mr. Grace, do that more. Do that more on a pleasant good morning. Oh boy. You want to think just we have a lot to talk about this morning, you know. Tom Ford, good morning. Cyril. Wendy and John, a pleasant good morning to you. Michael Scotland, good morning. Carmen. Anthony Ford, a pleasant good morning to you. Janelle, good morning. Biznat Prasad, a pleasant good morning. Dave Maraj, a pleasant good morning to you. Tara Reyes, a good morning. Elizabeth. All Taras, a pleasant good morning to you all. Baby, my baby, a pleasant good morning. Teacher Balmain. Video in Grand Kufa, good morning. Jagroup, good morning. Raquel. Groove Master Songs, a pleasant good morning to you. Eleanor, how are you going? Nigel Black, a pleasant good morning. Peter Samlal Singh, good morning. Gaza Trini, good morning to you. Sukal, a pleasant good morning. Anne-Marie Amin, how are you going, love? Good morning, Anne-Marie Amin. Marilyn Sicharan, a pleasant good morning to you. Matilda Rhodes, how are you going? A pleasant good morning to you. Timothy Roberts, good morning. Taradat, Ram Sarup, good morning to you. Mina, all Mina Rodriguez, Mina Steiner, all of you, good morning. Sita. Zibrangani, a pleasant good morning to you. Khalidin, Passar, good morning to you. Trini Nairo, how are you going? A pleasant good morning to you. Sheldon Paris, good morning. Timol, Mongaru, yes, Mangaru. Yes, good morning, Timol. Rick Luxman, all of you, a pleasant good morning to you. Julie, Diane, legendary, good morning, Diane. Hey, Kamati, how are you going? I ain't see you so long. Good morning. Yes. Pearl Daniel saying good morning, Bernadette. Hey, Jamasi Pasada, pleasant good morning to you. Ruben, Noel. Just cool. How are you going? Nazali and Mr. Ali, a pleasant good morning to you all. Afrina Mohammed, a pleasant good morning. Anthony Garcia, how are you going? I'll call it today after the program. Or for matter of fact, give me a call after the program. I saw your missed calls. I did try calling you back. Farmer Kane Farmer, a pleasant good morning to you. Steve Joseph, good morning. Hey, Miss Lona, pleasant good morning to you. Not forgetting Angie out there. Miss Brooklyn, all of you. Mr. Tunapuna, Miss Lahoketa, Mr. Lahoketa, all of you. That all look on a good morning. A&A Doubles and Roti out there in Fulton Street, New York. Good morning. Noel Brong, Gita Brong, all of you, good morning. Mommy Juice, the Iron Lady. All of you a pleasant good morning. Ravi from Marabella up there. Also Ravi, aka postman.com. Good morning, your father, all of you all that are look on, good morning. Don Harilal, all of you. Nice. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Nigel Snipes. Good morning to you, my brother. You was missed the interaction between us, man.
Pleasant good morning, Andy. Pleasant good morning to Lennox. Pleasant good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice.
I saw you guys definitely had a time in Tobago.
Yes. That hotel, the Coco Reef hotel, the resort there. Nice place, man. Nice place. That the beach there like a pool, you know. They have like stones around it for it to come in hard.
I'll definitely pay them a visit.
Yeah, boy. Real nice. Breakfast and all. I see Lennox full up. He play there with no shame. I say, my God. I said, Daddy, laugh until in him there, boy. I see. Well, when I see bacon and things, so I say, oh, good. When I see hammer, I say, boy. Well, when I see take that amount of cafe to take some. When I see
you just leave back a little crumbs for good manners.
Nah, it's still plenty more, boy. Them people have plenty thing there, boy. Plenty thing. But when I see he take the mountain, I say, Andy, you can't take a mountain partner. You just have to look for a pavement. Yeah. Keep face now, keep face. Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning to you as well, my friend. You look as though that food and that exercise, fresh breeze, and of course the proximity to the ocean. I think, yeah, it will be the, yes, it will be Caribbean Sea. Yes, that's where that location would have been in terms of water touching its shores. But I want to tell you, however, and I'm ashamed to say it, yes, I did take some sumptuous breakfast, and of course, I know I also was able to leave over some to bring home so that my son could also enjoy. So I took for more than one. Yeah. Right. So I want to tell you that. So there's no shame.
Lennox,
there's no shame in that.
Lennox, the breakfast is not for that.
But you could say what you want. But I got what I wanted, and that is to give.
I believe Andy now.
To have my children.
I believe Andy now.
To have my son share in what I experienced, even though they weren't there, because I simply couldn't afford it.
So it's like you didn't believe me when I tell you about it. I tell you, But
I didn't believe you at all.
Well, I have confirmed.
I said this is a man of class.
Yes, of course.
This is a man who understands how to behave when we carry him out.
That's right.
But
that's
clearly
right.
he doesn't.
All of that.
No, but
I will never be last, even though you would wish for me to have class. Let's get it clear. Good morning, everybody. Of course, East, West, North, South, Central in Trinidad. Yesterday, of course, I had the distinct pleasure of saying good morning to everybody, East, West, North, Central in Tobago. And then, of course, I mentioned Trinidad subsequently. But now that the reverse has manifested itself, so that we say once again, a pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central in Trinidad. Our friends in Tobago, very, very good friends, because we made a lot of friends as well in places that one would not have expected to make friends, at the highest level, at the middle level, and at the lower level. And of course, wherever you are streaming on the World Wide Web and whatever part of the world you may be residing at this point in time, pleasant good day to you. Yes, indeed, we had a wonderful time. But of course, it was all part and parcel of bringing information to the population, both in Tobago and in Trinidad, as to some of the issues that would have been in the public space, but of course the ground report not having a correspondence there, and therefore we had to go there ourselves, and we did it as we normally would do, unadulterated, not infected with any coloring, except of course some of the interviewees, and they seem to be a bit taken aback when we said, well, listen, we interpret what you have said to be so and so and so, especially the head of the chamber, the industry of commerce, the industry of
people want their money.
Head of the Tobago leg, yes, of the industry and commerce, right? So the mayor of Trinidad and Tobago, and he was, of course, a bit shaken when I said, well, no, what you said is that, of course, if you're saying that people with the knowledge would have sabotaged those WASA installations in Tobago. I interpret that to mean, and I had to be very particular, I interpret that to mean that because the contractors have not been paid, that they may have orchestrated such an event. He said, well, I didn't say that. So he got a sort of a piece of the raw and the unadulterated ground report approach to getting the information there and making people understand that what they must do to avoid these things is to do the right thing. And I think that came across very...
Pretty people, man. It's not right. Let me be real, Trinidad and Tobago, as we are having a very open discussion. And what I like about the Tobagonians is that no matter what political party they support or how it go, whether it be in government or in THA, when it comes to seriousness, it's seriousness with them. And they have a point. It is not fair, especially for small businesses or for any business at all, that a government, whether who, owing people and would not pay people the money, if you all know, or they don't have the money to pay the people for the job, stop giving people work and then owing them and not paying them, and year passing and how much months passing, and then the bank had to be on the people workers had to be on them, the people cash flow getting eat up, and that is totally, absolutely not fair. And that is something that have been going on in Trinidad and Tobago for quite a while. The government want their taxes when they want it. When you have to pay the NIS on time, you have to. Everything you have to do. When it comes to government, you have to, because it have penalties to be paid. But when it comes to paying poor people or paying contractors, it always is like they're robbing us. And that's wrong, and I'm angry about that, because up to the day from since quite 2013, the government of Trinidad and Tobago are owing me for doing 2 schools. And I put out my money.
Yeah.
And that is wrong.
Of course,
they closed down the education facility company. Again, we see the PNM did that. And I'm asking and pleading with this present government to don't go down the same road. Our government must not be looked upon like a bandit government, like thief. Because in my book, that is like thieving. People put out their livelihood, they put out their money, they make the risk, they pay the workers, they complete the job. For God's sake, governments, pay the people the money. You go ahead, Lennox Smith.
Yes, and even when I mentioned that, has there been communications to at least appease and to make the entire incident at least fall on soft ground? Well, the chamber head said, how could you make such a suggestion? How could you create such an expression when in fact, as you rightly said, we have people to pay, we have our creditors on our backs, the banks threatening to foreclose, and so on. So the question of, and then he says, well, listen, yes, they have been telling us, but every time they tell us next week, it turns out to be a false promise, and then they have to continue. Of course, he was very meticulous in terms of saying that the THA in this particular case has nothing to do with the WASA contractors who are being owed in Tobago. He made it very, very clear. And of course, we inquired, we interrogated him further to find out what is happening with respect to the THA, simply because the largest budget that the THA would have gotten after several years, I think it's about 7 or 10 years. And then he says, well, listen, they are trooping according to Jack Warner. You would say the trooping, giving a piece here, giving a piece there, just to of course make things kind of settle out. But the fact is that was part of it. Is clearly unacceptable. 6 months and counting, they are owing. And I want to tell him, well, you see, we made a promise that we will raise it in Trinidad, and here it is. That's the first thing we have done this morning in the interest of the small business community in Tobago. So I trust that they are listening. We made a lot of friends, and this is part and parcel of that process as we continue to highlight issues that are affecting ordinary people in Trinidad and Tobago. Andy?
Yes. So again, I know that the present government, the UNC MPs, ministers, and even if they, at this point, I may not be listening, they have people always listening, and based on what's going to the ground report, it goes right directly to the ears. And I'm pleading with the UNC government to do not go down that road as the PNM when it coming to giving work and not paying people. Don't do that. A government don't supposed to set an example like that. No. I
wonder if the people knows that you inadvertently, or you have been caught in that trap where in wanting not to pay the small contractors, those SMEs and so on, what they did, they went to court and closed down the education facilities company just not to pay in circumstances, very important, in circumstances where these small businessmen went to court, and the court said that yes, the government is owing these contractors, and in spite of that, and after that fact, they decided to go to court and of course close down the education facilities company. I mean, that is belligerence. That is government by brutality, frankly, and that ought not, as you rightly say, we want to admonish the present administration not to go down that road.
No, don't do that. That's bad. That come like Lennox. Where's the word with that? I had to say direct. That come like banditry, you know. That come like thieving without a gun.
Yeah.
Because people are confident that if it is a government give you work, when you don't complete your work, people expect to be paid, not to be run around.
Yeah, and that to me is abuse, as you rightly say, is banditry. It is as well belligerence. Is barbaric. It is harsh. It is inhumane. It is wicked. It is diabolical, and all of the types of adjectives that one would ascribe it to something that is absolutely wicked can be ascribed to that situation.
Bye. Anyhow. Let's take a quick break and come back. When we come back,
Yes.
more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
Investing today moves fast, and so do fraudsters. Fake investment tips, cloned voices, AI-generated advisors promising guaranteed returns. Like this opportunity won't last. Double your money now. Stop. No legitimate investment offers guaranteed or unrealistic returns. Before you invest, check the TTSEC first. Visit ttsec.org.tt to verify that that investment is legit. You can use the website to report any suspected scams. Protecting your money starts with you. Happy Investor Education Month from the Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission.
Your stories, your communities, your country. TTT News is everywhere, on the ground, across Trinidad and Tobago, and on every smart device. When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens. Because your world can't wait. Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Hey guys, need data on the go? Get a preloaded SIM card for as low as $40. Available at any store where you see the Digicel sign on the outside. Spot the Digicel sign, get a new number, preloaded data, and more. Spin to win. Win up to $750 weekly in cash. Digicel customers can text the word SPIN to 8181. That's SPIN to 8181 to enter. Enter now for a chance to win cash weekly.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Nice. We are back. Time check. It's approximately 33 minutes past your over 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. And what I learned about Tobago and its various agencies and them there, business people, they very accurate with Tobago and what Tobago wants, what Tobago needs. And they take their portfolios very, 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 very serious. I checked that with them. Did you check out that with them, Lennox?
Yes. In fact,
they come across more in order than Trinidad, between me and you.
Yeah, they're much more conscious. And in fact, I think the same interviewee told us that a country of 60,000 persons, and I thought that was significant. Quite apart, of course, from the small land space, at least compared to Trinidad. We saw where that urge and that fervor and that tenaciousness to get more autonomy for Tobago, we saw directly where that would have come from, because in doing our own research and confirming Tobago would have had a legislature before Trinidad. And in addition to that, I learned that Tobago is the only island in the Caribbean that changed hands among, of course, the colonial masters or the colonial territories from Europe, of course, more times than any other island, 31 to 33 times. I mean, that is significant. In addition to that, there was the smallest country, or should I say the smallest country that would have had colonial ambition. It's called Cortland, but today it is called Latvia, which of course is one of the Baltic states, formerly part of the Soviet Union, and they too had a presence in Tobago. and actually settled in Tobago as well. Apart from the usual suspects like the French, the British, the Spanish, the French, British, yeah, the Dutch, all of them would have had some hand sometime or the other in Tobago, and therefore Tobago has a very, 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 very rich history. I think it's richer than that of Trinidad, from my understanding. And indeed, just as Trinidad, they had a tongue called Georgetown, yes, in the eastern part of the island, and that was then subsequently replaced with Scarborough, that was moved physically, as St. Joseph in Trinidad was moved to Port of Spain physically, and therefore is now considered to be the capital of Trinidad, as indeed Scarborough is considered the capital of Tobago. Very, very rich history indeed. I thought I should do that as well for some of the C students and the persons who generally will want to get a little background as to why Tobagonians are such a cohesive bunch of individuals, and the society has evolved in such a way that when they make a decision, bet your bottom dollar it is cast in stone. So one could also understand why they have rejected the PNM and persistently has demonstrated a consistency as opposed to what we experience in Trinidad.
Nice, nice. So what we're going to do, again, while we will continue into some of the headliners, we had was a touch on Tobago and what's going on Tobago there. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Nicholas Akash Ramnarain. Yes, that is our good friend, deceased Mr. Ramnarain's son, and not forgetting his wife. That I look on Mr. Ramnarain's wife. A pleasant good morning to you. And our dear friend, Mr. Ramnarain out there in Canada, deceased, he are really missed. But I'm happy that you are locked on, your son are locked on, and I'm feeling like Mr. Ramnarain in where he are there in heaven, are locked on right here on the ground report too. So good morning to the Ramnarain family. Nice, I'm gonna just play some things there one time. Oh boy, oh boy. And all they come up with all the front burner issues with immediate effect. We have a lot to catch up on.
Yes, Andy has already explained, because I too was bombarded with persons yesterday saying that we are off air, etc. And I had to be regurgitating that we are on Talk City 91.1. And if you go on that site, you will certainly see us both on Facebook as well as YouTube, as apart from radio itself. So our apology if you were taken by surprise, but we are back here.
When we always tell them, Lennox Smith, if all they don't get we on Real Media TT, you can always get us. Well, we did mention that you can get us on Talk City 91.1 FM, so you know how it is go. Oh boy, let's play this thing.
So it's important. Go ahead, my friend.
$500 million borrowed just before a general election. What that money was to do? Is it was to do some kind of construction somewhere? Where is the construction? Why the construction not finished? And I feel it's one by the grapefruit factory compound on lower down to South Key when you're going down by where the foundry was. What is going on? We're not talking about that money. We must talk about that money, because see Mr. Inwood still talking in this country. $500 million US loan to pay back in 30 years. The first payment will be $250 million to pay back. You understand? We ain't talking about that because we wouldn't be around for the next 30 years. We're not sure. But remember, people born every day. So people, we keep that in the front burner too in the country here. So we will know we will never to let the PNM return or get any mileage at all in this country. Because the PNM operating like they didn't do nothing wrong. They was falsely voted out of office for doing nothing wrong. Morning.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And he is right. The former government borrowed a lot of money. Spend a lot of money. And the fact is, we the people of Trinidad and Tobago can't see. Hey, look at looking. What that money was used on? How did our life improve? What way? Pensioners get a raise? What, children was getting laptops or something? What? That start a construction boom? What? Did it open back the refinery? What? The healthcare system and the hospitals and all them things had improved? When we go to the public pharmacy, we was getting medication and not Panadol alone. What did they do? They paid off all negotiations when it coming to public servants and people are owing. What they do to all that money? Contractors that they owing, they pay them off. What? Lennox Smith, would you be able to give us an idea? Because I always look to see $1 trillion the former government spent so far. Over $1 trillion TT dollars. What the hell them do with all that money? Could you be able to pinpoint where that money was spent when it comes to the people of Trinidad and Tobago? Just a simple question I'm asking Lennox Smith.
I am flummox. I'm in a state of enigma. I simply cannot fathom where that money would have gone in terms of Trinidad and Tobago's benefit. I simply can't. What we know is the fact that they had a bumper election program. We know too that the phase one of that LNG plant, monies were spent there unnecessarily, exercising profligacy, waste, and betrayal of the people of Trinidad and Tobago when they were in government. And to pretend that somebody, I think as you would have said it, or the voice note, that how could you now pretend that everything is honky-dory and that you can absolve yourself of all those iniquities and sins of mismanagement, corruption, nepotism, and all of the other isms that you are guilty of, and with a straight face. And it shows that they are prepared to continue in that vein without even apologizing to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And for that, they could never be returned to office.
And when I watch that wickedness with all $1 trillion, all that is $1,000 billion and all that real money, you know. And you telling me the people of Tobago balling, and it had a Tobago administration in the early part of PNM, and it had a central government PNM in Trinidad.
Yeah, control the entire gambit.
Yeah, and you telling me only owing WASA, owing the Tobagonians and them contractors and them money, not the THA. WASA owing, and I calling them Barry powered up to organize all the other put things in place and pay people all your don't go down that dirty, nasty, stinking, dirty road of the PNM, whereby they're not paying people the money. That is wrong. When foreign investors seeing that kind of thing, our foreign investor will watch our country to want to invest in seeing that when you're going business with our government, the government is the biggest bandit it have. They're not different. The government and the bandits out there that robbing we are not different. The only thing is the government robbing we legally. And if it is a guide them to court, to get your money. If they're wicked enough, they'll close down the company just not to get your money. Other than that, the bandits out there robbing we legally.
Yeah. PNM, it happened. Because you are a victim of that. Yeah, they went and rendered the entire exercise one in futility and closed down the education facilities company. But I want to say, we are not talking here by accident. We talk because there are factual antecedents to support and to endorse what we are saying. And that is why if we repose or we admonish you to repose your trust in the present administration, again, it is based on that reality. And what is the reality? That between 2010 and 2015, the PNM after 2015 inherited over $12 billion US in reserve. And at the end of 10 years, you only had, as this government coming back into office after the expiration of 2 terms in between, only had 4 to 5, and I want to be generous here, so I'm going to say 5 billion of that 12 billion to work with in the present existential situation. So understand, and in that time, they were calling the then government under the UNC and what arrangement they would have had a box drain government. by the time the PNM got out of office, they were calling them a what? A pothole government. I mean, it's chalk and cheese. And therefore, I concur with the Prime Minister that, yes, the better days are coming. Right now, we have the Minister for Foreign Affairs, Sobers, is in the United States, in Washington, following up on the arrangement that would have been made coming out of the Shield of America that, of course, was signed up by several Latin and Caribbean countries with respect to benefits for
Raise Lennox
Trinidad
voice a little bit there, so I'll be able to think him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that we are clear in our perspective and in our preference as to who should be and ought to have been in government a very long time ago. It is not based on any emotion or any vike or helter-skelter or higgledy-piggledy disposition. No, it is about who could benefit Trinidad and Tobago with the resources that we possess, one, and two, with the vision that is required to, of course, ensure peace, security, and prosperity. Three fundamental pillars that any country needs in order to advance and to make certain that its people benefit from the largesse of the state.
Nice. Let's go for that quick break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
Honoring the beauty of Indian heritage, TTT invites you to immerse yourself in Desi May as we mark Indian Arrival Month with color, music, and magic of Indian cinema. Throughout May, enjoy your favorite Bollywood hits and timeless classics, from iconic blockbusters to treasured favorites, bringing the heart of India straight to your screen. Tune in every Saturday at 8:35 p.m. and every Sunday from 4 p.m. to experience rich traditions, captivating stories, and unforgettable characters that continue to inspire generations. Plus, watch, text, and get rewarded for our exciting viewer promotion. Desi May, celebrating Indian Arrival Month exclusively on TTT.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most, on air and online. More ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Get ready for a powerful day of faith, healing, and renewal. Join us on Sunday, 31st May 2026 at the Center of Excellence from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. under the inspiring theme, Rise Up and Walk. Be uplifted by dynamic speakers including Archbishop Charles Jason Gordon, Efter Dwight Merrick, Basil Strode, Deborah DeRosia, and Sean Julian. Experience prayer, praise, and transformation like never before. Tickets are available now from Eternal Light Community, Catholic Charismatic Renewal, and all prayer groups. Adults, $100, children, $50, under 12 and confirmation students. Don't miss it. Your moment to rise is now.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are back, we are back, we are back. Time check. It's about 10 minutes, yes, 10 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock, in fact. Wow. And you're listening to the Gong Report right here on Talk City, 91.1 FM. Oh boy. So let me just go back to these callers and them there. We know you all were missed. You all want to have your opportunity. You all want to have your say. You all maybe want to comment on all on that, that big interviews, in fact, that Talk City had in Tobago with the various stakeholders. You know, so you all may want to comment on some of the things that you all learn. The floors are open for you. Right, so let me continue with these voice notes and them here. Very good, very good. I don't see Mr. Reporter, that voice note there with the monies, that is reality, and I support you on that. Let's continue.
Andy, good morning. Andy, that hotel, I visited that hotel with my wife and my kids. I would say about, wow, a good few years ago, boy. That is a lovely hotel. The treatment was fantastic. We had a good time. The beach, the water was so beautiful. We went scuba diving. We did everything on that beach, on that island. So I'll call you and we'll talk later, all right? Okay, bye.
Yeah, that hotel really nice. Let's continue. Let's continue.
Andy, morning. You're not hearing me these days because I had 2 deaths in the family, right? And so it kind of had me all. But listen, we're catching our ass here.
Oh, boy.
Any views or opinions expressed on the Ground Report are solely those of the hosts and callers and do not represent the views, policies, or official position of Talk City 91.1, its management, or affiliates.
Prime Minister Stuart Young. Good day, Andy. Did you all see how the former SEPEP Prime Minister Stuart Young behaved in the Parliament yesterday? The man was so disrespectful to House Speaker Jagdeo Singh, refusing several requests by the Speaker to apologize for his nasty remarks. Listen to Stuart for yourselves, people.
They had an opportunity to ask all of these questions. This is to deal. This is not Chinley either. This is not Chinley either, or your brother who gets Chinley or your brother.
Right, but that quality really poor with Trump. So Lennox Smith, if I could pull what went on there and send it from there, I'll be able to play it now. Yeah, what went on the Parliament and send it from the WhatsApp. And I'll play a better quality for the people to hear because I would love to hear what went on in Parliament. Did not know.
All right. Is a vibrant exchange of some say bantering, but really bantering is an expression that also confines one to decency. But when you calling people feminine names and so on, it deteriorated to that. Yeah, he call a male a she and all of that. So it's consistent though with, of course, his Zami.
Where mean he call a male a she? What's the young do small pin did in Parliament?
He and Saddam Hussein had an exchange in the Parliament. And of course, at the end of it all, he then said, well, you know, she says so and so and so.
Meaning you referring to Saddam Hussein as a she? As a girl?
Yeah, as a she, yes, as a pronoun. Some people say pronoun, you know, a pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun.
Yeah, so, but Mr. Saddam Hussein is a Muslim. I am not seeing a Muslim that is a man, because his name is Saddam Hussein, to be any girl. So what Parliament should do with that?
The intention was to sully and to degrade and to insult. Of course, the speaker would have had none of it. But in asking him to apologize, asking Young to apologize, Young is refused on several occasions. I am not saying categorically to the speaker, I am not apologizing, because he has to apologize and first for certain things that he would have been offended on. And of course, the thing that he was offended about, which of course all of us know is factual, so let me tell you one time, is that he was offended that Saddam said that a member of his family is on a charge for drugs, etc., and he took offense to that, and he's saying that equated to him not having to apologize for calling, of course, the minister and the parliamentary representative for Sawa Barataria a she. But eventually he conceded, Young conceded, apologized, and of course in the vein of things, he Saddam also apologized for saying what he said, even though he said, I am apologizing for something that is factual. I think that was a good ending to that. So really and truly, Young didn't get the better of the exchange.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Mikey, Nigel, and to everybody out here. Andy, I hope that the show in Tobago, yes, it was successful. I wasn't picking it up at all. I don't know why. I was having a lot of trouble yesterday with my internet. Flow again, what do you expect? Anyway, Andy, dear, now, all you know, for the longest time, I have been coming here and asking a question. That is there a Bermuda Triangle on the desk of the DPP where files against PNMites just go and disappear? Because you know the history and the story surrounding the Bermuda Triangle, right? Okay. If there's a section on the desk that is known as the Bermuda Triangle, the things just disappear. Now, over the past couple of weeks, we have been hearing about this Bates lady was also employed in the DPP office, right? Now, I'm not casting aspersion. It's just that inquiring minds want to know, right? Now, yesterday, we have seen a post asking the same question about files against members of the PNM disappearing from the DPP office. I don't know. Tongue want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Was she the Bermuda Triangle? We want to know. Because, Andy, don't you find it passing strange, right? That any file that came across the desk of the DPP, nothing is coming out of it? Even Faris with that alleged witness tampering. Well, I can't say it is alleged because it came out where he paid Vincent Nelson 10 million. Vincent Nelson said it. 10 million I could say lie, to testify against Anand Ram Logan and Gerald Ramdeen. And in addition to the 10 million, he was also offered perks with President pardon, right? His medical bills being paid and whatever, until he turned against them because Cho Chong went to England and bust the mark on him. Why he did that for? If all is so wanted this case to hold, right? Anyway, would not wanted to stray. Faris. What about the 2 cars with Faris? The DPP ran to open back the case with David Lee when the case was thrown out because of insufficient evidence. Right? You run, I don't know where you get the evidence from now. Was it another email gate story? I don't know. We asking Andy. There are too many questions and so little answers. What about Camila and the handbag money? It was public knowledge that she lied to the bank about her source of income. The financial institution passed it on to the fraud squad. Where are the charges?
Oh boy, and so much. And Miss Moonsami, better known as Santa Cruz, you are right with all what you have been saying. Time check, it's exactly maybe about 10-15 seconds to the hour of 7 o'clock. And we have to go for that 7 o'clock news. Brought to you by TTT. Oh boy, Snipes. You can carry us to that news there, my brother.
Good morning. This is your TTT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts, making the news at this time. During a recent visit to Nelson Island, Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar revealed that the government is considering renaming the historic site, which served as the landing point for thousands of Indian indentured laborers. A senior lecturer at the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, praised the Prime Minister's decision to pursue public consultation, but emphasized that any new name should reflect the island's rich and diverse history. Speaking with TTT News on Wednesday, Dr. Tilak Singh reminded that the island story goes far beyond indentureship.
Nelson Island cannot simply be restricted to Indianship or Indians, Indo-Trinidadians, because it was inhabited, it was used for hundreds of years by the first peoples, the indigenous tribes. And then not just Indians, but after Indianship, World War I, World War II, it had Jews from Germany there, it had Tuba Uriah Butler there, so it's connected to labor history.
Dr. Silak Singh noted that the current name does not reflect the island's history.
That Nelson Island gives the impression that it was just the British who had this island, and just the British people controlled or inhabited the island, so Nelson has to go, that name has to go, certainly.
He is commending Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar for allowing the public to be a part of the renaming process, saying that it reflects democracy. Habitat for Humanity's Let's Open the Door campaign has now found a new home in the heart of San Fernando. The launch unfolded on Wednesday morning along the tree-lined Harris Promenade. Communications Officer for Habitat for Humanity, Quinton Dixon, noted that the initiative forms part of the organization's Golden Jubilee celebrations, marking 50 years of opening doors and transforming lives.
Helped in excess of 65 million families globally. And so to celebrate that, we have launched this global campaign called Let's Open the Door. Specific to Trinidad and Tobago, we have taken this campaign from the greens of LRC at UWI Campus, St. Augustine, to the fields of Port of Spain, Brian Lara Promenade, and today we are at Harris Promenade.
Mr. Dixon said the campaign will also be taken to the Esplanade in Scarborough, Tobago next week and encourage the public to get involved.
And so we are just trying to raise awareness for all the work that we do as an organization, because the goal and hope is to open 65 million more doors. We are asking the public to come out to meet us at the activations. Don't be shy to come up to the doors, even when you see in the cameras. Come up, scan the QR codes, ask us questions about what the doors mean, what the campaign is about, and how you can.
Five for Fun cricket program returned to Trinidad and Tobago for its second installment, launching on Wednesday at the National Cricket Centre. The initiative is designed to introduce primary school children to the sport while nurturing a lifelong love for the game. The grassroots initiative, targeting children aged 8 to 12, will involve students from 100 primary schools across all 8 educational districts, offering coaching and cricket fundamentals through a dynamic short-format version of the game. After a successful debut in 2025, the program has returned with strong support from the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, Cricket West Indies, and the Ministry of Education. TNT Cricket Board President and Cricket West Indies Vice President Azim Basarath hailed the program as an investment in the future, underscoring its role in developing the next generation of cricketers. And that's what's making the news at this time. When we come back, it's hour number 2 of Trinidad and Tobago Today.
That was TTT News on Talk City 91.1 FM.
Hey, that was your 7 a.m. news brought to you with the kind compliments of Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
At Sagicor, our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities, being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations, still growing, still giving, still just getting started. After 185 years, Sagicor.
Talk City 91.1 FM. Talk.
The cabinet has approved the increase in the permissible age of importation of foreign-use right-hand drive private cars, that's sports utilities, SUVs, sedans, and station wagons, powered by gasoline, dieseline, or compressed natural gas, CNG, from 3 years to under 8 years, and under from the date of manufacture.
Music. Culture.
as Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has announced recently with our revitalization master plan, we are open for business. And a key area, a key focus of that master plan is, of course, the energy sector and the energy hub. And we will be open for business, not only for Nutrien, but for all other players that wish to discuss their investment portfolio with us.
Engaging conversations, latest news, our music. This is Talk City 91.1 FM.
At Sagicor, our story was built by people, neighbors helping neighbors, standing side by side with those who trust us to protect what matters most and help build our communities, being there when needed most. Across borders, across generations, still growing, still giving, still just getting started. After 185 years, Sagicor.
This is Destra. And right now you're listening to Talk City 91.1. Keep it locked.
The ground report. The ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The ground report. The ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The ground report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Nice. We are back. Time check. It's at 7 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City 91.1 FM. So we got the drift there with Miss Santa Cruz there and her contribution this morning. So let me continue there. Oh boy.
Morning, gentlemen. You know, it's funny in this country. We don't see no Syrian getting locked up or crying out in royal jail.
Let me see you by the time there, Lennox Smith. I know you're a very busy man.
You know. We hear politician come, politician go, whether it's PNM, UNC, whoever it is. You hear nobody getting locked up. All you hear is accusations and innuendos about this one and that one in the family. And they're playing we as fools. Because all the crime we're accusing each other of doing is only the average person on the street is full in the jail. So how we really expect crime to finish? Every 5 years, every day in Parliament, they water in my mouth. Since back in the Manning days, we know who Mr. Big is. Up to now, we can't hold Mr. Big. Aggregated have the exclusive rights to transport prisoners. And all we know is that ever-ending contract and prison officers had that job and it was going smooth. I know what's the big difference. Maybe for the van and them to drive up and down the priority bus shoot. We playing games in Trinidad and Tobago with people. Here we're talking about Belmont now. It was Laventine, now we're going to Belmont. And when you move in the goalposts and nobody of power, of authority, we see walking down St. Vincent Street, Ryson Road, St. Frederick Street, Aruka. We playing games. All we're doing is turning on each other as the average person is the ground report is 95.5, them is PNM. Ground report is UNC. This one is this one is that. And the people who really have we in this situation, we didn't see none of them in shackles. All we hear, just like yesterday, the AG talk about we had to do X, Y, Z. But we see nobody in power being arrested. As I said already, all these guys and them who have power, CEO of these companies, Syrian and them, We don't see them in the DMV. We don't see them line up in the grocery. We don't even see the children. But then we see the children going to St. Mary's and Fatima, St. Joseph, and they driving car. We don't never see them when no license officer and get a test yet. We fooling ourselves. We telling it's black against black, poor against poor, and the people with the real power keep getting away. We ain't realizing that everybody with power here, but the biggest person that get jail is who? Jagasa? Jagasa? Kopan didn't really get no set of jail. Is Jagasa we talking about? We have seen nobody, everybody of authority in this country just walk free. Don't even get arrested. So what are we talking about? Please, fellas.
Morning again, and to the caller, brilliant contribution after Ms. Santa Cruz. You see, it is not until the assets of politicians who mismanaging and squandering the patrimony of the state assets go back to the state, then you will see things happening differently. But until we have to keep it in the public domain, the kind of massive corruption, before we face the political destruction that Jamaica, Haiti, Guyana faced in the early times gone by. We are on the road to that, but we could stop it as a people. You see, the asset and the laws of this country, it must be able to bring back assets to this country. And in days where the thing will start. You are correct, sir, but I just add this to it.
Andy, good morning. Andy Smallpin, he acted the way he was brought up. He was dragged up. He wasn't brought up the right way, calling people names like Lennox said in the parliament, and one of the president or the TIG, is the president, asked him, Gabriel asked him to apologize. He would not apologize. And he wanted Saddam to apologize, but Saddam didn't say anything. Saddam didn't call him name. He had to raise his daughter. He was, none of his family get charged with drugs and money. And that had nothing to do with personally directly to him. So he get offended about that. I started calling him, and I say again, like Smallpin, he was not a brought-up kid. He was a dragged-up kid with money. So he think he could say anything he wants. But I'm very disappointed, Mr. Jack. We should have put him out. Put him out. But he have a soft heart, Mr. Jack. He should have the speaker should have put him out. Make an example of Smallpin. That's what he should have done. Make an example. Put him out because he's his army man. The man is disrespectful. Very, very disrespectful.
Hi, Andy. Good morning. I suggest there should be a committee to overlook how government spends taxpayers' money. Okay? It comes like who is guarding the guard? Okay? Also, why is one type of people doing home invasions, robbing, murdering, even their own kind, and then blaming government and that kind of thing? It's in your heart, it's your mind, it's your soul. Where are their parents? Okay, and why others not doing it? These people need to get skills, pray, and do what is right. Also, at the same time, instead of talking, get to the source of the issue and get some pastors to go into those areas and reform these people. Right? They are adults, they know right and wrong. Why continue doing wrong and then in the interim too you are being killed when there are alternatives to life? Okay? Thanks again. Take care.
We said, morning again, we said, Rowley take the, and the wife take the son into Tobago. Look how much years is that? He come make him prime minister. What to that matter? This big boy NH with the girl, 17-year-old girl get raped, he get charged. What to that matter? The average person does suffer in prison for more time than the actual crime cause or time they're supposed to serve. We're not complaining about these things. All we're hearing is the DPP talking about we are no lawyers, we are no this. If by grace of God, one big case in the country, within 6 months that case done. We have too much of double standards in the country. And nobody is saying nothing. All we do is coming on radio. I was at PNM, back on to UNC. I was at UNC, I gone to PNM. And we train big stone and marbles, but nobody of substance is paying any price. So how we expect things to change? All this shooting, who gave them the guns? No, the average person in the hood, ain't no money to buy no gun. Look, all these Dolce, all them gone. But the people who really doing these things still here. Those are people, all those who gone was third hand. The Syrians still here, the upper class 1% still here. So what we doing is a cycle. The funeral home is doing booming business all of a sudden. They're doing big business in Trinidad. So what we doing? We keep talking. We're not talking of real substance. How we talking about how the big boys ain't really getting hold? They that clean? Look at the food prices with the masses and the true values. With all these supermarkets. The Chinese come here and they prosper more than people who born here. So what we doing? What we doing?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Before we go for the mark for today, oh boy, Lennox Smith, the complaints all over, and I must say the people are right. Whereby politicians are not being held accountable for their actions. Their luxury cars, their homes, their lots, their houses outside of Trinidad and Tobago, within the Caribbean, within North America, within Canada, within Europe, having houses with pools and businesses and not getting what I will deem to be to take confiscated back from them based on paying back their mishaps while being in government. The politicians really do not pay the price, and the people will watch that a lot of measures that's being put in place to penalize lawbreakers, the average citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. They look for all the loopholes to make sure that we can get away from paying the penalties of breaking the law. And if it is we are seeing, it have laws there, as we all know, to deal with the politicians who misbehave in public office. And we are seeing for years it is not working. Why have they not been putting stringent measures in place in order to deal with that loophole of politicians keep getting away no matter what law pass? Why is it that the politicians and them don't want to strengthen laws to lock up themselves? Why? How you can't get them and confiscate their properties to repay the people of Trinidad and Tobago? I don't understand it neither, Lennox Smith.
Well, to me, from where I stand, it's very simple. The fact is that what they have done is commandeered the institutions that are supposed to police those very rules and laws that they break, that they ought not to break, and if they break, should be penalized, they seem to be dysfunctional. So that, for example, the Office of the Commissioner of Police is supposed to be independent, and therefore with the responsibility of pursuing all criminal, alleged or otherwise actions, which would include, of course, the Integrity in Public Life Act, if you want to deal with, of course, politicians in office or out of office, because they don't have to be in government. They could be just sitting in the parliament or associated, of course, with a particular political party. And what has happened is that they seem to be insulated from that simply because they have commandeered, as I said, these institutions that are supposed to be independent and look to make certain that these people are held accountable when and if allegations have in fact been made or actions that would have contravened the existing laws manifest itself. And we have seen it's too many allegations and too many repercussions of those allegations, meaning that people are poor, etc., being poorer, no work, etc., whilst they seem to be striving, and there's nothing. The institutions that are responsible for policing these pieces of legislation seem that their hands are tied. And that, I think, is the issue. Putting another group to monitor that, then you'll have to find yourself in a situation where who will monitor that group, and who will monitor that group, and so you go on. So you have to have what? Yesterday we got it very clear in Tobago. People with the integrity, commitment, dedication, moral, and ethics. That is where I believe we have fallen down. Because if you have the ethics and you have the standard that is required, it means, therefore, no matter what, even if it's yourself, you have to come and say, listen, I have offended the law, this is a breach, and therefore I must be held accountable. Police, here am I. Do your investigation. I am confessing.
Doing that.
You would not get that.
Lennox,
but this I'm saying.
That and 4 green cows.
Right.
So
that is what is required.
I think Andy and Lennox, I think you uncovered a landmine, and let me just reiterate and point it out, because you gave so much good information a short while ago that people may have missed, and that is the fact that the office that is responsible for placing these charges may have a problem, which is the Office of the Commissioner of Police
and the DPP office.
Yeah.
So let's not walk around the issue. Let's shoot from the hip, as my good friend Skippy would say.
But it's not that there's a lack of laws to see what not to do.
But if I can politically control you,
that's it.
Then you're not going to interfere with me.
That's right. I'm your friend. I am responsible for you being a DPP. I'm responsible for you being a commissioner of police, and of course, down the what I consider be the decision-making chain or the authoritative chain, and
a lot of time,
as a consequence, this is what we have.
A lot of time, we have people that try to walk around this particular issue.
Yeah.
Because no constable could go anywhere and lay any charges against any minister.
Yeah. Unless
you catch him in
we had the ludicrous situation where a sitting prime minister, head of the National Security Council, one of his ministers, a senior minister, is being charged, and he said, listen, I don't know anything about it. I talk about Marlene McDonald.
Yeah.
The then Prime Minister said he don't know about it. And of course, who in the right mind will believe that? I mean, it is virtually impossible. However, if they were not, or if the situation was not as glaring as it was, and they didn't want to get her charged, she would not have been charged.
Fact.
That's the other side.
Total fact.
That's all. Yeah.
Total fact. So when
the integrity, we are left with the integrity of the people, the sense of moral and ethical values.
Again,
and
it's still not
function.
only. I disagree that it's not only the integrity of the people. It has to happen from the top.
Well, the people inside of the institutions that are supposed to police their integrity too, because if it is that is not happening, it means
you mean they don't speak
them,
up?
yeah, them
Yeah,
too,
I
they too,
understand. I
yeah.
understand now.
That is applicable to them as
I
well.
understand now. And
Everybody.
Andy has been calling, and week in, week out, Andy has been pointing out this issue. And I think, I don't know if people are afraid to talk about it, or people just don't want to say the truth because they know who teach these people how to not have a sitting commissioner of police.
Yeah, I'm sure a factor is that I may be victimized. I may be a victim of the very process that I am talking out against, and therefore I will keep my
views
trap shut so that I could get my piece of the kakada, and I will show a blind eye to what is happening, irregardless of the fact that there is suffering as a consequence of people getting more than their fair share.
But I have to say that you guys are very brave. You continue to poke the bear.
Yeah. I suppose that is the level of commitment and dedication, and maybe that self maybe raise the bar in terms of commitment, dedication, moral and ethical, and what is right and wrong, basically.
Nice. Like for example, not because we may pro a government or a political party shouldn't mean that if we are seeing something going wrong, we don't say it, because it means we'll be contradicting our own selves by saying that these same people that are supposed or that are responsible to lock up and charge politicians are not doing their job because of political favors, or they get the job here or there or however it go. So we set the example that way, whether either or, it's all about credibility and transparency, and it will have a rippling effect going right down for the greater good. So the DPP and the police commissioner them had to organize and get that moral turpitude, like we boy Justice Frank C. Prasad. Justice Frank C. Prasad is a church-going man, despite of what? And despite of what party, what this, what person, what ethnic group. Most times you see he hand down very, very, very even balanced judgments, whether he like it, he don't like it, or if it go. He carry out the law with integrity and commitment. And that's the trend that have to be set for all media houses, whether it be a talk show program, whether it be a TV show program, radio talk show, or television talk show, or whatever it is. We and all have the responsibility to organize and guide accordingly and be what it is we want the others to do. Ah, boy.
And let the chips fall where they may, because the sanity and the progress of the country cannot advance with the level of dysfunctionality, particularly among institutions that are crucial for the advancement. We're going to go down that narrow and painful track of degradation and deterioration. That's it. Yeah.
They have to understand.
I see that the whole question of home invasion has taken another twist. Two sisters were home invaded, got beaten, and so on. I understand a young man of secondary school age. But their two dogs were poisoned. That's the point I was making. Two dogs were poisoned in the process. Yeah. But go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to you.
Yes. Good morning.
I feel the law lords in England, my opinion, they're not educated enough to tell the government of Trinidad and Tobago that this man, the former Minister of Finance, should be under investigation. I don't think them have enough knowledge to be saying them things. There are nothing coming out of them things. Thank you.
Again, the magistrates and judges and them and the law lords and them could only make the thing. It's up to the people, it's up to the institutions responsible to deal with it. All right, like for instance, and we talk about that the former finance minister, as they say, the law lords and them say, well, he should be investigated with the whole process of this lady that is in charge. How we call the lady? Lennox Smith. We did do a match.
Yes, our the chief accountant for the country, yeah, the auditor general.
The auditor general, and at that point in time, the PNM government are in power, and it means that they had to organize to start an investigation into their own selves. Who will do that? So, and that is, and they would not, and the institutions that are placed there to do such, they playing a blind eye because they was politically appointed.
And the caller raised a very good point, but the law lords can only work with what is before them. In that particular case, they recommended there is something called ratio decidendi, which is the reason for giving a decision based on what caused the law lords to adjudicate on a particular matter, and then you have, of course, something called you have ratio decidendi, and you have, of course, obiter dicta. Well, the obiter dicta is not binding, but in the obiter dicta, they did ask the question as to why the then sitting Minister of Finance was not also investigated. Well, it was the option now of the administration at the time to say, listen, well, based on the obiter dicta of the Privy Council, we should do that. But that never happened.
It would not.
A government with integrity and with respect for the highest court in our judicial jurisdiction should have engaged and launched an investigation into the then sitting Minister of Finance, because that was a disquieting issue found out and projected by the Privy Council, but that never took place.
Ah, boy. Yeah. Oh boy, let's take a call. For a matter of fact, let's organize and go, and we'll take some calls right after. What was the marks for, well, not yesterday. Oh boy. What's your mark for today? Yes, Trinidad and Tobago, what's your mark for today? What could you give up a follow up on what played yesterday, Snipes?
Sure, no problem. I can do that. All right, nice. So the last day that we would have took numbers from the public, we had via our callers 36 donkey, 9 cattle. This is Tuesday.
Yeah.
36 donkey, 9 cattle, 26 fowl, and 14 money. The first winning mark of the day was 6. That was followed by 5, followed by 13, and followed by 19. Your capiche that day was 20. So we got none of the marks on Tuesday. Oh. Yesterday, however, we did not have the mark of the day because you guys were in Tobago. The winning numbers were 23, 33, 31, and 23 again at 7 p.m.
Wow. Wow. Well, okay, Trinidad and Tobago, what's your mark for today? Let's give us those 4 marks. I'm going to give you all that capiche mark. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy.
Let's go.
Let's go. So the lines are
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Andy. Morning. All right. My mark is 32 short.
What is it?
Just lower the volume on your device that is close to you. But what's the mark? Repeat it. You heard it?
Yeah, sure. 32.
37.
32.
37 can be 37.
Yeah, 32.
Oh,
sure.
Okay, 32.
Thank you.
You can have 32, yes.
All right, let's go for the next 3 more. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Who's going to put money on our table this morning? See Zandu saying, let's say saying 29.35. Just School is saying I had commented 5. So the line's open. Let me give you the numbers. Where's COP? Where are all of you? Hey, let me say a pleasant good morning to Anderson Wilson and all of them. They're on the beat. A pleasant good morning to you all. 622-4911. 622-4911.
Take one here.
Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Long time you all haven't heard Merlin.
Hey, Merlin, how are you?
I'm going good.
Very
and you
good.
won't believe it. At 77, going on 78, I love my 32. And I'm going 32, 52.
Oh boy, so
All
she's going with the same 32, man.
32, shrimp?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Somebody say, Andy, number 1 is the mark.
Let's go again. Hello, welcome.
Morning.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Snipes.
Ay. Dirty man here, man.
Tabakit here. Now, let's look at a mark because you're cabbage, man. Eh? Now, today is the 14th.
Yeah.
And the last time he played 14, that he never played again. So I'm looking whether or not if he could take that cabbage since today is the 14th and play 14. He could also hit you a double whammy and play 14-14 in the pick 2. So I charged him this morning. Today is the 14th. He could hit you 14. That big mark.
We're taking that vote.
Nice.
Yesterday, 14. Right?
Mr. Tabakit, before you go,
Yeah.
what you understand by the term cabbage?
Well, let me tell you what is a cabbage. A cabbage, let me say if you're going down the road and you see a big snake in a corner, or you get up on a morning and you see one big spider in the house. Now, let me tell you how this thing does go. You see the first mark you see, and if it's a cabbage, you go and play that and don't tell nobody because sometimes the zombie in the playway, sometimes they could take away your luck. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. So cabbage is kind of luck. All right.
Well, look, that is how the bacchanal does go.
All right.
So this man, he's a cabbage man. Now, I don't know if you realize, he just plays things in sequences. So sometimes certain activities taking place in the country, you know how to analyze and ask yourself if that is the mark. So you see this morning, you see that shiny man? I charged him this morning. Today is the 14th. He could hit your bow 14 or hit your bow in the pick 2. 1 out of the 2.
Nice.
We go
14.
this morning.
Thank you.
Shiny man is coming, you know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because somebody in the United States said a cabbage is saying yes. All right. So it depends on the culture that you're in. Cabbage will mean different things. We have a caller? Oh, we don't. Yeah. So I just should ask him that, Andy, because that was a discussion I think we had on Monday or somewhere there. Yes, the lines are open, and of course, Andy, what's the numbers to call?
Yeah, 622-4911. 622-4911. Go ahead, caller. Morning. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Andy William, good morning to you. And good morning to you, Lennox Smith, and good morning, President.
Good morning, my friend.
Andy Williams, that 23, that 31 was too blessed mark they play yesterday.
All right, you get you. Oh, boy. So what for today? Let us know what for today.
That is not a conversation for the public. I go in with 28. And why I like 28, I see earlier trying to catch some fish. And what make me play that 23 is that big hotel all there was in Tobago. That will make me play that 23. And why I go in with 28? this morning, I dream all trying to all go on scuba diving and all trying to catch fish and all catching no fish at all. A redfish come close to all catch it at all. So I played 28 this morning, redfish for all the fish that all catch in that big hotel all staying yesterday.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, let's continue there, man.
Capiche, boy. Capiche.
One more to go.
Yeah, one more to go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see, what's your mark for today? Go ahead, caller. What's your mark for today?
Yeah, I take 33, you know.
You like what?
33 is fine. I take my back to see my cousin, and he's 33 years.
You take it 33 years to see your cousin. All right. So 33.
33
And he's 33 years. And he's 33.
And he's 33 years old.
All right. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, so Andy, we're going to take your capiche now.
Nice. I go take out, knowing that we come out of Tobago yesterday. I'm going to take the capiche number from our Tobagonian sister, Mother Bernie, who said, Andy, 15. What's 15?
She's a sick woman.
Okay, then. So I'm going to play the capiche today, sick woman. 15.
All right, so the numbers go as follow. 32 shrimp, 14 money, 28 redfish, and 33 spider. Andy's capiche for today is the number 15, sick woman.
Nice.
Sick woman. Good luck to everyone. Andy, we're also purporting to move this segment to the position of the word of the day and bring the word of the day in place
of the
in this position.
The switch. In other words, we are switching, and of course that is in
We'd
conformity.
like to do that from Monday, please God.
Yeah, and that is in conformity with the suggestion made by several callers when we were last here in studio. We were, of course, in Tobago yesterday. That talks about the secondary schools start at 8 and the primary schools start at 8:30. But one of the grouping of school attenders will be left out, and usually they have to take them to school. They will be on the way to school, usually in a vehicle or whether personal or public. But of course, the chance of hearing the word of the day will be greater in that arrangement. So,
nice.
Andy,
don't forget to write the relevant. Don't forget to write the relevant authorities in order for that to happen, so they will be able to.
Definitely. Definitely, we will do that.
Make the adjustments.
Yeah, they'll be able to make the adjustments.
We say Monday. We're recommending Monday. So we want to thank profusely that caller for that observation, and I think it shows that people are really, really focused, and they are, of course, tuning to 91.1 and Talk City, and I think you have to commend them for that, and we have to respond appropriately.
Guys, we go for the break and come back. When we come back more, right here on the Gong Report, we'll be back.
Trinidad! Are you ready? So Trinidad! Are you ready now? By public demand, coming to Sapa. Laugh till your belly bust part 2. This is the encore. In partnership with Talk City 91.1 FM and TTT Limited. Sunday, 17th May, showtime, 6 p.m. sharp. Come see Victor St. Louis Pell and all his funny friends.
Dr. Kenneth, I can't hear at all. My ears in trouble. Well, I could fix that for you, boy. It go cost 3,000. So much? I thought you can't hear.
The Saint.
And Trinidad, when you call the police and say a man breaking in your house, they say the man has committed no crime yet. When he done breaking, call me back.
Louis Spider-Man Antoine, Andrew Friday, Kenneth Sipasa.
Hey, a black couple have a white baby. The husband asks the wife, how that baby come out white? She said, boy, he eat too much magnesia. The husband said, but how he ate come out blue? She said, he eat piece of the bottle.
And we are honoring Tommy Joseph, one of Caribbean stuff comedian, added to the cast, Damien Melville, and Paniska is back. Laugh till your belly bust. Get your tickets now. General tickets are priced at $200, VIP $350, and Legend Sports Bar, 22 Agard Road, Point Fortin. Sender's Restaurant, number 65, High Street, Siparia, opposite Massey Stores. Sam's Barbershop, Coupier, Prize Bar, Maribel Road, Joanne's Bar, Los Charros, at IslandEtickets.com. It's happening on the 17th of May at 6 p.m. sharp. For more information, call 278-5892. Laugh till your belly busts.
Friday, 15th May is Pizza Party Day at Mario's Pizza.
And because it's also International Day of Families, we're bringing everyone together with an unbeatable deal.
Enjoy 3 family specialty pizzas for just $270. That's only $90 per pizza.
Choose from 6 delicious specialty options. But hurry, it's for one day only.
Because at Mario's, there's always something to celebrate.
Order now by calling 225-KING on the My Mario's app or visit mymarios.com. Mario's Pizza, just the way you like it.
Dad's eyes don't quit, and neither does he. Treat Dad at Value Optical with 40% off frames this Father's Day. Upgrade his vision for real life. Clear vision, all-day comfort, no interruptions. With flexible payment options from CredIQ, he can see now and pay later. Plus, win $15,000 in vouchers and luxury car rentals from Sixt Rent-A-Car and SS Mobility. Call toll-free 800-2020 or visit any Value Optical nationwide. Available until June 21st. Conditions apply. Value Optical. Expert care for your eyes.
Protect yourself from electric shock or death. Before conducting repairs close to overhead lines or the point of connection to your home, contact TN-Tech to request a temporary disconnection. When driving tall vehicles, ensure they do not exceed 15 feet. Do not lift lines to allow vehicles to pass. When carrying out underground works, contact TN-Tech's area offices to ensure there are no underground conductors and cables before digging. At TN-Tech, safety is our priority. TN-Tech, the power to make it work.
Your world moves fast, so do we. TTT News brings you the people, events, and issues that matter most. Stay informed, stay ahead. TTT News, every night at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
Friday, 15th May is Pizza Party Day at Mario's Pizza.
And because it's also International Day of Families, we're bringing everyone together with an unbeatable deal.
Enjoy 3 family specialty pizzas for just $270. That's only $90 per pizza.
Choose from 6 delicious specialty options. But hurry, it's for one day only.
Because at Mario's, there's always something to celebrate.
Order now by calling 225-KING on the My Mario's app or visit mymarios.com. Mario's Pizza, just the way you like it.
Looking for fresh, high-quality eggs? Get yours from D's Fresh Eggs, your trusted source for wholesale and retail. Whether you need jumbo, large or small, we've got you covered with freshness you can taste and quality you can trust. Call now to place your order. 1-868-713-7151. D's Fresh Eggs. Fresh every day, just the way you like it.
When it matters, we're there, reporting the news as it happens, because your world can't wait. TTT News, nightly at 7. TTT News, committed, accurate, relevant.
But Johnny, how come your house is twice the size of mine, but my bill is twice the cost of yours? Johnny, what's going on, boy? How your bill so low? How your bill so low? I'm conserving energy. I switch your LED at the sun of the AC, and I'm saving real money. It's our responsibility for a brighter TNT. Cut the waste and you would see. Why everybody asking me? They asking how you been so low? How you been so low? TN-Tech, powering the nation into the next generation.
Friday, 15th May is Pizza Party Day at Mario's Pizza.
And because it's also International Day of Families, we're bringing everyone together with an unbeatable deal.
Enjoy free family specialty pizzas for just $270. That's only $90 per pizza.
Choose from 6 delicious specialty options. But hurry, it's for one day only.
Because at Mario's, there's always something to celebrate.
Order now by calling 225-KING on the My Mario's app or visit mymarios.com. Mario's Pizza, just the way you like it.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
We are back. Time check, it's about 9 minutes to the hour of 8 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City, 91.1 FM. Mr. Pleasant, good morning to all my drivers again. Maxi drivers, taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, 7-seaters, white panel vans, all my drivers, a pleasant good morning to you. Well, you all heard what is on the different headliners this morning, or front burners this morning, and we asked you to take part. Go ahead, Lennox Smith.
Yeah, I was making the point that home invasion has gone to another level, and I said that those sisters that were home invaded, they poisoned their dog and the neighbor's dog. So, but to me, it looks as though it's a deliberate plan, because it appears that they were asking one of the sisters for monies that she might have just gotten as a result of gratuity or something like that. So they have insider information. And what is the likelihood that you will walk with poison and all of that? So it means, therefore, it was a very, very well-planned scenario.
Yeah, they know who, they know exactly
and
what
kill
was
the
going
dogs as well, right?
Yeah, they know who. They know who.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
I see
they know
in Belmont yesterday, somebody sent me, I'm not going to see it, but they sent me since yesterday. Let me take this call by the time. Morning caller. Yeah.
Good morning.
Well, I see yesterday. Go ahead, caller, by the meanwhile. Somebody sent me a tape here yesterday showing that, something went on in Belmont. Yes, it's Belmont. Where was bullets? Yeah. In Sour earlier yesterday. Yesterday afternoon.
Right.
And the person said they feel more safer with the traffic laws, meaning they're so fed up of the murders and whatever that the CN only the technology saying, well, the government is only concentrating on traffic laws, or the police and them on traffic laws, compared to really and truly dealing with the heinous crime of murder.
No, so they went that far. And incidentally, I took a bus from Aruca to Port of Spain, because I didn't go with my vehicle to the airport the day before, and then yesterday. So I traveled, and on my way down, remember in Tobago, I don't think you were there when a bus was burning in Mount Hope. Well, when I was passing in that maxi taxi, I saw the bus. It's really true. You know, some people was suggesting that it was AI generated, but it was a bus that was actually busted out.
No, we really have a public transportation problem when it comes to those buses. They really, despite what people are saying.
Yeah, and that triggered me to it incited my my observation and my keen acknowledgement of that. So when I reached the bus terminus now, if you see the amount of derelict buses parked up on the left-hand side in entering, of course, the terminus there, if you see how much, I say, what the hell is this, boy? How there's so much buses? It's a total graveyard of bus. So I have planned to maybe apply to the authorities to get those buses and see if we could scrap them and make some money off it to support our program. That is what came to my mind immediately.
You keep looking for these 4 green cows that walk along the road. That will never happen.
They never happen. Well, I want to tell you this.
That's a joke compared to what they have stored on different
elsewhere.
Properties.
Yeah. I would not be surprised. And I suppose it will happen to most of those ministries who rely as part of their operations on vehicles, like the Ministry of Works and that of the regional corporations and so on. So I'm saying it's a good opportunity for me to help the government to environmentally cleanse these places, and at the same time do good for a project that requires some finance without they having to get into the treasury of the country. So I'm going to do that. I really going to do that. That motivated me to do that, because the amount of mosquitoes and health risk and all of that these things would provide where they are stored. I mean,
let me take 2 calls here on this side here. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Snipes.
Yes, good morning.
You see those buses, sometimes they auction them off, right? But it appears like nobody doesn't really buy those buses because we can't do. Look at the buses that we just go bus ride and take on. How old are those buses? Look how people who running those buses as their parts and all that for them. And we just go on bus ride and party on them buses I went to school in some of them buses from 19 or long, and they're still on the road running. What's going on with these new buses that they can't get them to run or they can't get them to fix?
That's why I will always agree. I will always agree with the busman because not everything I'll agree with him on, which is based on the type of buses. We cannot continue to buy the Chinese buses. We already heard that the best of buses is like the Volvos and the Benz and those things. We have to organize and buy buses that, you're getting parts easy and that will hold out, because as the busman said, in Trinidad here, it have some of those buses that was bought still up and running and functional, better than those newer buses that they bought from the Chinese.
Yeah, so, I'm going bus ride and old bus on them.
And I don't see those articulated buses again, because at one time I really saw half of the bus left the whole of the bus and park up on the side of it,
That was south bus going south.
Yeah, so that's a dangerous thing, dangerous.
So what's your contribution, your conversation this morning, Mr.
I wanted to find out about, we talk about the Auditor General. I always clamor where the auditor is. Now, I see the release the 2024 and 2025, but we were concerned about 2023. Now, we were talking about corruption. Now, the government have been in there for over a year now. And that part where they baited, where they thief the Thomas billion, the $2 billion, $3 billion that they claim that the government is thief. We ain't hear nothing about that since they come in. And they say they're going to investigate and they'll get the bottom of this. And is it that Mbrit was telling the truth? Is it that they had nobody to investigate it? Is it that it was really a mistake in finance or in the central bank or whatever they say the mistake was? How come that just die off? Even the auditor dropped her case. Well, she had against him. She won the one with the committee thing. She won that one where they say he should be investigated. But then all the other cases they dropped, and then that just went silent. I don't know what's going on with that part, and that's what we just say. Corruption could never done because it had nobody to investigate the corruption. Because look at UNC in power now. Are we in here? Well, it's investigating. We put it in the police hands. We ain't hearing nothing like that. So that's why politicians will always get away with no matter what corruption they do. Nobody ain't getting locked up. And now people always say politicians don't like to lock up politicians because somewhere in between, a PNM might go to one corruption and the UNC might say, hey, he get with it, I go and do it too. So nobody want to investigate one another because they know it could be a whole bacchanal. So better I leave that alone and let me see what I could get for myself. And that will be going on right through. So you will find no politicians want to make no strict, no thing to investigate. Nobody. They might talk about it and then they will just die out, and it's just so. All right, gentlemen. Enjoy the morning. If you don't, I'll call back later. I know it's news time coming up now.
If only talk was action.
We got the news coming up next.
Yeah. If only talk was action, all of us would have been satisfied. We go for the news, and when we come back, more.
So, Mr. Faisabad, you'll call back. And Mr. Horsley.
Good morning. This is your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. Making the news at this time. The architect behind the iconic Tobago Blue Food Festival, George Stanley Baird, passed away last evening, leaving behind a legacy woven into the cultural fabric of Tobago. Former Tobago House of Assembly member Gerald McFarlane reflected on Mr. Baird's life and shared memories of their time together in the Assembly, recalling his vision, dedication, and enduring impact.
The live wire behind the Blue Food Festival, and before that it was the Heritage Festival. You know, around that time we both were in the Assembly together, and we worked under Dr. J.D. Elder, the phenomenal historian and cultural impresario, if you want to call it that. But we both, all three of us were members of the Assembly at the time.
Mr. McFarlane observed that it was Mr. Baird's distinctive blend of leadership and character that brought his vision of a Tobagonian Heritage Festival to life. With a steady hand and an instinct for people, he guided the idea from imagination to celebration, transforming it into a living tribute to the island's culture.
The kind of leadership skills that he had, he never really turned down people or put people down, you know, and we had to learn. In those days, we just have to respect each other in the Assembly. I mean, this was one of the key things with Robinson as chairman of the DHA then. You know, we just had to show respect to not only his colleagues and the colleagues in the Assembly, but show respect to the community. And that is why it was so easy for putting a team together to work on the Tobago Heritage Festival.
According to Mr. McFarlane, Mr. Baird was also instrumental in helping put legislation in place to preserve Tobago's natural assets, such as the rainforest and the Bucca Reef. In other news, a scheme to assist students who are first in their families to access tertiary-level education is gaining meaningful traction through a partnership between the Unit Trust Corporation and the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. Through its support of the first-gen STAR Peer Mentorship Program, UTC is helping to ease the transition into university life by providing academic guidance and a strong support system for first-generation students. Last September, the corporation invested $50,000 into the initiative, with the bulk allocated to renewable scholarships and a bursary aimed at strengthening financial stability. This year, Karina Rampasad proudly emerged as the program's first UTC scholarship recipient, embodying determination and achievement. UTC says the investment reflects its belief that empowering these students today is key to shaping the nation's future leaders, ensuring they're equipped to succeed both academically and professionally. In sport now, the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force secured their first place in the West Indies Championship final with a dominant 140-run victory over the Barbados Pride, delivering a disciplined and commanding performance with both bat and ball. The emphatic win capped off a strong showing from the Red Force, whose all-around display proved too much for the Pride as they advanced confidently to the championship decider. Resuming play on day 4 with a commanding lead of 246, the Red Force went on to post 280, powered by a century from Cephas Cooper and a solid 64 from Carrie Pear, setting Barbados a challenging target of 317. Barbados were dismissed for 177, with Shane Mosley scoring 39 and Shamar Springer with 25. The Red Force's spin duo proved decisive, as Carrie Pear took 5 wickets for 54 and Brian Charles with 4 for 62, shared 9 wickets to seal the win. The Red Force now advance to face defending champions Guyana Harpy Eagles in the final, starting Sunday, May 17th at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua. And that was your TDT News Update. I'm Carrie Roberts. From all of us here, have a great day.
Talk City 91.1 FM. Talk.
This is about creating opportunity through responsible management and citizen participation in national wealth. We are targeting US $3 billion in new investment within the next few years in energy, in construction, in tourism, and the digital economy.
Music.
It's reconstruction right in Trinidad, so put your shoulder to the wheel, my lad, move on, don't stop till you reach the top. You put a hand and I put a hand and we will see. For big and for small in no time at all. Prosperity. There's no other way to do it. Show your patriotic spirit. Unity, summer. now. If Trinidad ever needed you, it's now.
Culture.
The budget has goodies and some not so goodies, but that is because fairness requires that everyone plays their part.
Engaging conversations, latest news, our music. This is Talk City 91.1 FM.
A successful transition to secondary school requires more than classroom preparation. It takes partnership. Welcome to another episode where we speak with Curriculum Officer within the Ministry of Education, Dr. Rhoda Mohammed. The doctor explains how schools and also families are working together through this STEP program to support every child.
So we want schools to implement the STEPS program not simply as an academic program, but something that addresses the whole child. So we're looking at academics, social, emotional, and behavioral. So we want teachers to select activities from the toolkit, from both the core, which is mostly the academic stuff, and the on-demand modules.
Now note that approach ensures students are supported not just academically, but in every area of their development.
The school, the teachers and the principal would be the central role. So the teachers, of course, have to model the positive learning behaviors that we're looking for, set clear expectations. They have to encourage the responsibility of the students, and we have to identify the students' needs and interests, because that's where we get in the activities from. Because we want to make learning fun again. They just went through the stress of SCA, and now we're trying to get them to see, well, learning still is a fun activity. The principals, school leadership, would help to make sure that the teachers implement it consistently and purposefully. They would support them with guidance, and if the school has resources that the teachers can use, they would also promote the school culture and help that to be able to see that the child's well-being is part of the culture of the school in general, right? And they would also ensure communication with parents.
You see, strong leadership and consistent guidance helps bring the program to life within the school environment.
The partnership in the STEPS program is built on communication, trust, and shared goals. Each stakeholder has a role and a responsibility to prepare the students for this transition. So the schools have to keep parents informed. The parents have to ensure the students attend school, right? Both persons are encouraged to ensure that they do their part and make the child a little more independent and confident. They're looking for shared understandings of the process so that they understand what their role is. So you are only supported and as capable as all of these people help you to be.
When schools and families work together, students are better prepared, more confident, and ready to succeed in their new environment. Many thanks to the Curriculum Officer Research at the Ministry of Education, Dr. Rhoda Mohammed. Now remember, for more information on the students transitioning effectively from primary to secondary program, STEPS 2026, you can head to www.moe.gov.tt.
This was a production of the Information Division, Office of the Prime Minister.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
Nah.
The Ground Report, the ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report, the ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Andy Williams and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, we are back. Time check. Yeah, it's 9 minutes past your 8 o'clock and you're listening to the Ground Report. Right here on Talk City, 91.1 FM. Yeah, so Lennox Smith, I was just watching a video there with shooting that took place in Sawa. I think it's in Sawa. Yeah. I say, boy, they woke up normal. They just blaze up the place. Normal. They pass down. They leave normal. Normal. And that took place in Sawa yesterday evening. Right? And I'm telling you,
yeah, it really, well, changing, it gravitating, it evolving into a sort of barbaric kind of, what I consider to be, I mean, inhumane
but do you believe the state of
bastard,
emergency?
I mean.
But do you believe the state of emergency actually, let me say, deterring those killers and them striving in taking out people's life?
Well, listen, one has to conclude, one has to reach the inescapable conclusion that, listen, if the state of emergency did not exist, could you imagine how bad things would have been?
Oh, it would have been worse.
You see what I mean?
Worse.
That's how you have to,
gang leaders that have inside
assess
right now.
the situation. Yeah. So, and the state of emergency is not a permanent fixture. It must come to an end. It must have a terminal period or a point. And what is the replacement? Right? So that my argument with respect to the ZOSO continues to be a valid one as far as I'm concerned, because you have, if in a state of emergency, you're having these, I mean, unacceptable, egregious, and totally barbaric and, I mean, inhumane conduct. Well, when it comes to an end that is inevitable, it can't go on in perpetuity, what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
In spite of all of the optimism of those who are supposed to be responsible for treating with these matters and curbing and, you know, attempting to settle the ordinary minds of the ordinary person in this society. So therefore,
well, what's going to happen is things going to get worse if it don't have something to...
Optimism, yeah.
If it don't have nothing to replace it, what's going to happen is things going to get worse, because now the state don't have by law these gang leaders and some of the troublemakers that they have locked up at this point in time. They will have to be let free. So when them let free, it will have a lot of reprisal killings and everything, because they know. So
yeah,
it's still left, as you say, at least it would have something after, if it is the ZUSO bill had really and truly
at least
passed.
That would have been there, so that certain actions could have been taken to preempt and to reduce and to ameliorate, if necessary, certain situations and actions. But without it, you are really left to all the whim and fancy of whosoever, and that is inevitable. That is inevitable.
Boy,
listen. The Attorney General, he recently made a statement. He didn't give any details, but he said that on the advice or consultation with the Commissioner of Police, they have beefed up security for certain, and depends on the degree probably of exposure, certain ministers or certain members of government, I should say, are given beefed up security as opposed to others. But the fact is, that is a troubling development. That's a troubling development. One cannot help but draw that conclusion. Troubling development.
Boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
So I'm not being alarmist. Yeah, I'm not being alarmist at all. I'm being very pragmatic and real. That is not a good sign. When you have an existential continuation of a state of emergency that you cannot have in perpetuity.
And it's not coming across nice to the public when you hearing on all government like the AG mentioning things like that and stating, well, hey,
That's right.
I'm boofing,
In addition,
I'm boosting up
the poisoning dogs and all in their efforts to exercise us a home invasion.
Right, but
So they're planning, they're coming prepared.
Why I'm saying that is that with the mass arrest of the public, it gets so out of hand that when we hear in our AG saying too that boy, we boosting up protection for government officials. That alone says a lot, and some people watching it as, look at that. They are getting protected. We out here are not.
Yeah, that's another dimension that one has to look at. And
let me take this call. Morning caller.
What's next? What's next? Good morning.
Morning, nobody here.
Right, nobody will go cover whatever voice notes you have. You will cover it one time, so we're not plate. Go ahead.
That's exactly what I call. So let's start with what you just said, Andy. The reason why government officials are beefing up their security is that they are being seen, or they see themselves, the entire system sees them as the state, right? And you do not want the state to come under attack. Every time somebody dies on the streets, the state comes under attack, right? Because in a republic, it's supposed to be a republic, the citizen is the state, right? The reason why your life doesn't matter is because our current system does not see you as the state. They see certain individuals in government, quote unquote, as the state, not you. Earlier on in the program, you all talked about the incidents in Parliament. Several of your callers talked about them seeing politicians not being held to task, no oversight. A caller even said, do we need to have a committee to look over the government in its actions? No, we do not. We already have such a committee. It's called the Parliament. The problem is the Parliament, right? Just like with the state not being seen as being you, the Parliament, where you are supposed to be represented, you are not represented. What is represented there is somebody else, something else. And my humble suggestion is all that's represented in Parliament are finances, right? Our current system, what it does is install the interests of financiers and sometimes activists into the halls of power and removes you, the citizen. And the way how it does that is because we have two mega parties that compete with each other. That's what you saw in Parliament the other day with Stuart Young and the others, right? It's a battleground, an adversarial fighting field for them rather than a representative body for you out here, the citizen, who's supposed to be the republic. That's the problem with our current system. And the reason why they are not held to account is because the people who are supposed to hold them to account are themselves. When you win a general election in this country, you win the parliament, you technically become the executive, and you have control over all the institutions of state that are supposed to govern and control these things, right? Every institution with the name commission in it would fall under the thumb of whoever the prime minister is indirectly, because the prime minister will generally decide who the president is going to be, right? The only thing to fix that, it's a broken record, I know. I've been saying it for a while. The only thing to fix that is a constitutional fix. The current prime minister is trying to do it through executive actions, and good on her. But she will fail because the Constitution will always trump executive action. And not only that, her time, just like the rest of us, is temporary here. I suggest, in closing, that the current Prime Minister takes the opportunity she has to make a constitutional remedy, one that will install that power of oversight and writing of law back into the hands of the people through proportional representation in the House of Representatives. A guy called a couple of times and he talked about the common man seeming to be not involved in this thing called governance? Well, the reason why you are not so is because you are not in the House of Commons, the Parliament. Right? What's in the House of Commons are just the financiers of two mega parties with whoever puppets they have there to do their bidding. Full stop. And why I suggest this current Prime Minister do it, I think she has enough seats in the lower house. The problem will be the Senate. And how she does that, how she fixes that, how she deals with that, is when this current president's term is up, install your own president, just like the crooked system allows you to do. The Prime Minister decides who the president is going to do, right? Install your own president with the sole goal of installing presidents, senators who would make constitutional reform. And leave that as your legacy to this country, that you would have fixed a major problem, giving power of parliament back to the people.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Oh boy, thank you, nobody. Next caller, morning.
Good morning, Andy, Uncle Lennox.
Good morning.
Snipe,
Good morning.
Trinidad and Tobago. And let's share the love and be our brother's keeper. Condolences to the family of the 2-year-old in Tobago. I wish that they can recover the body soon and we move on in life with grief. Andy and Uncle Lennox, the scrap iron situation, I would like to touch on that a little bit. Because you see this copper thing, it's getting ridiculous. Because just imagine, right? Man going in people's place and holding them up at gunpoint and taking the cable, what it has to as businessmen who sell it, and thieving the copper at gunpoint now. I think the government should move swiftly in regulating this thing so that, because it had a talk already about the copper and scrap iron, because it's getting out of hand, and you see now that $1 million installation at the state is being affected and people is not getting services now. So we have to move on that. So I just asking that the state and the relevant authority try and move fast and either put in a serious regulation and a check and balance in this scrapyard business, so they'll have a deterrent for the people who go in and get in copper. And the next thing, Andy, if in this state of emergency, I feel the powers that be should become the military, the army, the regiment, whatever it is, place them in strategic points from the east-west corridor, come straight down to Grandi, right? And have certain checkpoints block off and have it so that when in these areas, all up in Lavantil and already these zone activities taking place, because look like how a man can walk out easy, do it and walk away. If it has certain checkpoints, under this curfew, this state of emergency, they would have to be passing one of them on the road or in an area. So you see, I feel it's time of the powers that be use the asset to the full ability to bring in back law and order in this country. Thank you, Andy and Uncle Lennox, and have a blessed day, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, next caller. It's just my boy. It's just, but that is just still will be a quick fix, eh? The army, how if it go, but all the arms had to be functional. All right, all arms had to be functional. The government trying to function some of the arms, but it have arms that have to be functional, that's supposed to be independent offices that not functional. For instance, the office of the Commissioner of Police and the office of the DPP, right? And then we have the judiciary that needs to get a snapping, where we can get speedy cases going and all them things. So it's just a whole crash system. So trying to spin a wheel, but yet still the bolts and them ain't tighten. The wheel go just still drop off. Still wouldn't get the results that you want. It's an overall we need overall. Bye.
Well, there's a consciousness. Is a consciousness. We are left with only the consciousness and people's conscience. And if they want to do right, they will do right. And once that is happening, once that's the ethos, once that's the basis, once that's the philosophical underpinning, I think things are going to. But human beings as they are, they would gravitate, of course, to the first opportunity that would provide them with a benefits, usually unmeritoriously. And that is what we have had over decades in Trinidad and Tobago. Now to rein in that, it is a Herculean task. Not even proportional representation, even though, of course, I agree it has its place. But certainly, I think is a more moral, ethical, spiritual, should I say, ethos, direction will certainly do the trick.
Well,
ultimately
boy,
on a sustained basis.
Which moral, spiritual, that still depends on people, and people are not people these days. So we need the systems, we need the laws, we need our overhaul. But we need the constitutional reform.
People in it, but when you say you need the overhaul and the revamping, it's people have to do it, you know. People have to execute anyway. So it depends on the quality and the mindset of the people to make it happen ultimately. We are in a very difficult scenario and situation, but it's the people themselves in the various institutions. You can have how much law you want. It's people have to execute it.
So that means we lack moral and spiritual people in this country. So it's a set of demons we have here then?
Either that, or those who have it are not being provided with the opportunity where the influence exists in order to remedy the situation on a permanent basis.
All right, let's go to the lines. Morning, caller.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yes, good morning.
First-time caller from Barrackpore.
Go ahead, first-time caller from Barrackpore.
Yes, I want to get in this conversation. If we look in the past, all the governments that come in this country, be it PNM, UNC, whoever, they spend the most amount of money where the crimes are being committed. Look at it carefully. Guns in the hands of the criminal is power. So we must take that power and put it also in the hands of the citizens. Give the citizen, law-abiding citizens, guns. And furthermore, the government had created this monster. Now they can control it. All the government come in this country. There was a book written by a great professor, I don't want to call his name. If you look at it, the government come in this country, some of them, they legalize gang, and the others, they finance gang. So who is the gang and who is the leaders of the gang? Is the state. And another one more item, and I want to close. Today, everybody looking at what is the problem. The solution is there. But what is the problem? The problem is the day the state took something which is illegal and made it legal in this country, that is where the problem starts. They say that it has something called marriage, lawful marriage. But this thing they come with now and say it's fly by night. It has no marriage, but it has husband and wife and children. Common law. The day the state made common law lawful, that is the day they broke the back of the devil, and the devil run loose with common law. If the state don't control that monster and bring back laws where husband and wife could come together and monitor their children, in this country, we're going to have a lawless dump. We don't have a lawless dump right now. The lawless dump is the head. It comes from the head. If the head can't control themselves, they can't control the tail. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, first time caller from Barrackpore. Oh boy. Let's continue these calls. Go ahead, next caller. Pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning. Andy, you're so right. Human nature is what it is. You could do what you want and put what in place, they'll push the boundaries and do whatever they want to do. There's a lack of discipline and poor policing. In order to bring back discipline, we have to have the police do their jobs. They have to go out there now and arrest the people who are breaking the laws. And if they don't do that, and you have a blind, you imagine you have 5 divisions, police divisions in Trinidad and Tobago, and you have one set of them alone doing a dragnet in one area, and when some have to transfer them to another area. So what happens to that division? Do you have the police officers for that? And it can't be effective if they sit down in the police stations and on TikTok and all kind of thing and do all kind of nonsense. They'll be out there in the streets. They have to be there present to prevent that. When you go to the States, as you land, you see police officers and you begin to toe the line and follow the rules. And that's what we need in Trinidad. Just enforce the laws. We don't need to teach anything else. And once you enforce the laws, people will understand. Regardless of what, stop blaming parents, this and parents that. It's parents who are involved in crime. It's people who have good jobs, good paying jobs that are involved in crime. And I'll give you a big example that you may not like. Doctors, we pay taxes and have the hospitals with all this equipment, but the doctors put you on a waiting list to go by their private places to get the same test to cover the same operation here. That is a crime? So we need to bring back discipline and have proper policing at all levels. You have a good day, man.
Next caller, morning.
Well, he started off with, of course, human nature being as it is, and these doctors and police officers are humans. Good morning.
Lennox, I want to know how the work on the Balizé house stopped. All in a sudden, what happened? The barbecue ticket run out. If there's anything I could print some for Pumpkicate Rasta, you know, for Gerald Hines.
I too for free. For free.
Yeah, for free. For,
yeah, for free. I see him to go get the money, the millions to finish that.
All the time, this thing going on, and now the work stops away. All the barbecue money going too. You understand? Anyway, as Lennox say, I will print some more barbecue tickets for them, for the whole opposition bench, especially Stuart Young and Marva, right? And Pumpkicate Rasta. Thank you.
And the reality is that because they are out of government, why that has stalled. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Do we have another caller?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we go for the word of the day quickly.
All right. So let's continue. Let's continue. Oh boy,
boy.
Let's go for the word of the day one time. A pleasant good morning to you. Where are you calling from, and what's your word for today?
A pleasant good morning, Andy.
Good morning,
Mr. Lennox.
Good morning to you.
And Director Snipes. It's time for the word of the day.
Yes.
May 14, 2026. The word of the day is imbroglio.
Imbroglio. That's a public embarrassment. Public embarrassment. Imbroglio.
He's correct.
Correct. A situation of public
Correct.
embarrassment.
Yes, it's a noun also.
It's a noun.
Right, but you go ahead. You go ahead and let us know the meanings that you have and put in a little sentence.
As well. Yes.
A complex dispute or argument, not a clear pathway.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
All right. You know, in a discussion or in an argument or whatever it is that happens.
Understood. Next caller, go ahead, caller. What's your word for
public
today?
Embarrassment. Yeah. Good morning. What's your word of the day?
So good morning.
Good morning to you.
Morning.
So the average citizen in Trinidad and Tobago spend 10 to 22 years in education, and you hear them saying Happy Davis and Raymond Yard. What is a Happy Davis, Lennox?
Well, of course, it's a sworn statement certifying that what you would have put on the document is that which you are conscious of and confirm. And of course, there is some legal implications if you inserted something that was erroneous. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that is what you are describing and defining is an affidavit. My point is why do people say affidavits?
Again, oh boy, the culture. Why you can't understand
Some
the
people
culture?
actually don't know.
Well, but it's a culture.
Thank you,
It's causing that.
So your word for today was
Thank
what?
you, Mr. Knight.
Affidavit.
The point we are making here, is that our country has slid into the morass of mediocrity, and we accept corruption in all its forms, even corruption of the English language.
Even corruption of the English language. I hear you. Well, I want to tell you, English language is a foreign language in the contemporary sense. We have moved away from that perfectionist disposition because we are not Englishmen and English women. All right. So I want to make that clear. So what's the communication verbally at least? Because you do not spell it. You do not spell it the way that you speak it. Not so. If I'm writing it, and you would say it's perfect, but if I'm speaking it, you seem to suggest that it is imperfect, and therefore, of course, communication may not have been achieved. No. But of course, we can argue that every day.
Yes,
from time to time.
You see, our problem is we always defend what is not right. We always seek to rationalize it, and that is the problem in this country. Okay. Let us speak properly, and that will set the tone for our behavior and our adherence to compliance with laws. You follow? And that is why you hear all the leaders.
I hear you. But you'll have to direct your concern. Oh, sorry.
You never hear world leaders speaking improperly. All world leaders speak properly. And that is what we have to strive for, a high standard of comportment, of deportment, a high standard of in everything we do.
Fluency and eloquence. I hear you. Right. But he will have to first, of course, give his admonitions to the parliamentarians first and foremost. Right? If you listen to them, it will irk you when you hear them speak and pronounce words that clearly may not be in conformity with what is expected. But that is the reality we have. Again, that is an abstract, that's an academic exercise. I don't think we will achieve it, but nothing wrong in him saying those things every day. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I am the kind of person, if it is that I cannot correct you in one session, then I'll do it in another session, until, of course, a breath leave my lungs.
Gentlemen,
we have to go for the
overdue.
Let me give you my word of the day. Sorry about that. Superficial. So I'm glad that he said that, because all of the things that we may be speaking may well be superficial. That is to say, on the surface, superficial. They're just superficial, not in depth and not very incisive, but certainly superficial. Okay. So superficial is my word of the day. Nice. Want to get it? SUPERFICIAL. Superficial. All right.
So we go for that break and come back. When we come back, more right here on The Ground Report. We'll be back.
Your news, anytime, anywhere. TTT News brings you the facts that matter most. On air and online. More ways to stay informed. TTT News covers the stories that matter. Join us nightly at 7. TTT News. Committed, accurate, relevant.
On Sunday, July 5th, reaction moves to Ballpark Macoya as Experience 496 Gym presents the Experience 496 Championships. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., 15 teams will step onto the field, each one fighting for pride, bragging rights, and a chance to be crowned champions. Expect speed, skill, big tackles, big goals, and the kind of football energy that brings a community together. Whether you're coming to support your team, enjoy the competition, or bring the kids out for a fun day, this is one event you don't want to miss. The Experience 496 Championships is more than just a football tournament. It's a full day of sports, family, entertainment, and community vibes, powered by Experience 496 Gym.
Dad's eyes don't quit, and neither does he. Treat Dad at Value Optical with 40% off frames this Father's Day. Upgrade his vision for real life. Clear vision, all-day comfort, no interruptions. With flexible payment options from CredIQ, he can see now and pay later. Plus, win $15,000 in vouchers and luxury car rentals from Sixth Rent-A-Car and SS Mobility. Call toll-free 800-2020 or visit any Value Optical nationwide. Available until June 21st. Conditions apply. Value Optical. Expert care for your eyes.
From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues and the stories that matter most to you, this is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
This is Destra, and you're listening to the Ground Report on Talk City. Keep it locked!
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We are back, we are back, we are back. Time check. It's our 41 minutes past the hour. 8 o'clock, and you're listening to the Ground Report right here on Talk City, 91.1 FM. So let me just go back to some very serious voice notes there. Quick.
Yeah, I just before that, of course, just to note, just to take a note that we most likely from next week we will switch the period for the capiche with that of the word of the day because of callers' demand, so to speak. All right, that's a possibility. So look forward to that.
So just let management know. So management will let sales team know. Oh boy, management have to be things.
That is a process, people. So even to do that, because of course we are in a structured environment and not that it's loose and fast and helter-skelter. Yes, indeed. Go ahead, Andy.
Morning, Andy. I want to complain about that PTSC bus service. Earlier this week, I was talking to a bus driver, and he told me that the reason why the bus service is giving a lot of trouble in San Fernando is because they hardly have buses, and the few buses that they have, they're overworking them. So one day the bus going Erin, then it going Faizabad, then it going Princestown, then it going Guaya, and the buses are being overworked and they're breaking down. He said that is why the San Fernando Port of Spain bus services cannot run every hour throughout the day because they hardly have buses, and what is left is breaking down all over the place. That's why they're cancelling. Look, Tuesday going there. They did run the bus in the afternoon from San Fernando to Port of Spain, but the bus worked every 2 hours because they only had 2 buses available. You see, the thing is, this government only putting on more and more routes, and they're not furnishing the PTSC with buses. That is why things cancelling. Look, this morning here, they had no 6 o'clock Port of Spain, no 6 o'clock Siparia from San Fernando. What really going on here? And when Rowley was in power, Rowley ordered a substantial amount of buses, and they were not, right, to add to the PTSC. He ordered a substantial amount, over 100 buses he ordered. And as soon as the UNC came into power, a PTSC worker told me that they cancelled it. So what the government want the public to use? And yesterday now, there was a big fire where a PTSC bus exploded heading from Port of Spain to San Fernando. So we have one less bus available now. If the buses are being overworked and oil is not being changed and they're not being maintained and they explode, and eventually it'll have nothing left. One big fire, and the bus burned to the ground. The fire services came late, and by the time they arrived, it was just a shell of the bus. the people in the surrounding community said they had a big explosion. So that is what happens when you have a lazy government that does nothing and is not interested in replacing the buses. But yet now, you have ministers collecting pay and we can't see them.
Pleasant good morning, Mikey, Lennox, Andy, and such like. Well, you have a discussion where he was referring to what's going to take place, Lennox, after the fact. With concerning this SOE going on, stop in the future, what next? Well, I have a solution to that. Give us the FUL. It pass in Parliament. Give us the FUL. Let us defend ourselves. If Zozo not implemented, because it will leave us stranded. We get the opportunity to have our protection. Give it to us. All right, this is just my opinion. Blessings.
Good morning to the Magnificent Tree. Well, Andy boy, according to what you're saying there, if you understand what's going on, just remember what happened Monday in Parliament. No, a crime had been committed against the citizen of this country by Senator Al-Rari and Senator John Bates, right? She accepted her responsibility. She resigned, and up to now, the opposition leader don't want to do nothing about it. And when they want to remove she now, you see what's happening. The very people in the Senate started to protect she, right? That she do nothing wrong, and she should be eased up. Now they know about fair trial. They know about chance to be heard, right? But the idea is, if I go down the road with a vehicle and I hit a person from behind, and they say, well, the reason why they easing me up because the person stopped on me. That's why they ease me up. And next one overtaken now, and he hit too, and he say, well, look, they ease me up. Why they can't ease you up? But the idea is, so long as you're overtaken, you're wrong, right? If you hit from behind, it could have two ways about it, but not when you hit head on. So you have to stand the consequences. So now they want to point back now to David Lee, who was acquitted, and Cameron accepted him, and then they call back the case. That is a different thing. Senator Bean and Al-Rari totally wrong. So when you telling me that you as big people could come and say, well, let me look into it in a different way, that way you could help Al-Rari and Bates. Something wrong with these people. And then we want to know why children getting on so in school. But if their mother and father, who is senators, can't even say when wrong is wrong, how can the children and them not fight in school? Because you feel Vera had no children, or Maureen had no children, or the blind lady had no children, and the children seen something wrong happen in Parliament, but yet the parents accepting it. So if I hit somebody in school and I is Vera's son, and he say, boy, why hit the machine? I say, but dad, and you support Bates, and she was wrong. So how you could tell me I wrong here now? So the thing got started right in front of them. And when it spread, then they just can't understand what's happening. But these are the things. No parents' guidance, not even from the highest court in the land. And that's why we're in trouble today. Thank you, Andy.
Andy, see if you could help me, because I got Lagos a bad word here. You know, I'm trying to get Wassa. They gave me a run around. She gave my number to call to get the operations department. They tell me all the numbers is not in service or busy or all kind of shit I get in, Andy. And Andy, could you do something for me, please, on the radio? Announce something or something? I don't want to come on, because I come on there this morning.
Any views or opinions expressed on the Ground Report are solely those of the hosts and callers and do not represent the views, policies, or official position of Talk City 91.1, its management, or affiliates.
Andy, I think this is the second time for the morning that said caller would have used words to cause us some problems. So I think you need to either review that individual's voice notes first or block them.
I hear you.
I want to add to all callers that nothing so egregious, nothing so heart-rendering, nothing so emotive should cause you to use words that would jeopardize the medium through which you are expressing yourself, looking for a remedy. Because in this case,
because you are
it's
aware.
WASA.
You are aware that this is international radio, and we're governed by rules.
Yeah, and this particular caller is a seasoned campaigner, so I don't expect that is going to happen, and that emotions and other things that would cause her to be so angry that you would lose and generate what is called technically a Freudian slip, which of course is a slip of the tongue, but it will not work here. It cannot work in this particular environment. All right.
After the program,
caller,
I will give
I'm talking directly to you.
Yeah. After the program, I will give a call to make her aware of the ticket. Let's continue.
Andy, good morning again. My second front burner is you. And good morning again to Lennox, Mikey, Nigel, and to everybody out there. I heard a voice note saying that they should have some committee or something to oversee the spending of the government. Well, there is the procurement regulator, and Lennox can correct me, right? And there's also the Joint Select Committee and the Public's Account, right? To oversee the spending of the government, right? My second issue is Stuart Young. Stuart Young continues to show that he has no respect for Parliament. Right? We have seen it over the years with his nasty, derogatory statements, and we saw it again yesterday. Now, I think it was this week, where he talked about Wayne Sturge and verbal diarrhea and whatever. You come back again yesterday with your nonsense. But you know what? I am getting fed up with the speaker now, right? What the speaker should have done was to put him out, because he's blatantly saying that he's not apologizing, right? You are calling people derogatory names in Parliament and expect to get away with it? Bridget Annie said George would never have allowed that. The second time she asked for an apology and withdraw, and he didn't, and it was a UNC member, and they didn't do it. She would have put them out, called the marshal to put them out. I don't know for what reason Jagdev Singh, the speaker, is giving that man so much a rope. I don't know for what reason. Over and over, he keeps telling him to withdraw it and apologize, and tell him he's not apologizing. But then Lal Bihari had to boil down like Baji and then apologize. Right? The man shows that he has no respect for anybody. And people want him to be a prime minister in this country. No. Something has to be wrong with our thinking if we could allow somebody like that to be a prime. We had enough of Rowley, you know. We had enough of Rowley vulgarity and his disrespect. We're not taking it from Stuart Young. We're not taking it from Stuart Young. That is really, really disgusting now. He should not be allowed to get away with that. And I want to compliment the government on passing that bill yesterday. I don't know if it was explained earlier because I joined late, with removing the records of minor offenses. That is something so good, and as I say, they can start over. These people can start over rather than have this record over your head. You understand? And it well done. And all who want to say that this government not doing anything, think again, because she keeps saying they will handle the low-hanging fruits first, right? And I'm really, really grateful that this is another notch in their belt. Thanks a lot, Andy, and have a good one.
Let's take that next needed break and come back. When we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. I'll see how much more voice notes I can chuck in. Go ahead, caller. Snipes.
People, yes, indeed, of course. We have a special here. Again, Lotus, of course, open mix, happiness, pancake and and waffle mix, giveaway segment. Yes, so this is what it is. Open mix, stake your happiness, pancake and waffles mix a 5-minute giveaway segment. This is what this is all about. And of course, in this segment, we will have, of course, on Talk City, we'll be giving you the chance to win a lovely box of Lotus pancakes and waffle mix, right? Please, all you have to do is what? Tell us why you love Lotus best. That's all you have to do. Let me repeat. Tell us why you love Lotus best. The sweetest and most creative story wins. That's all. Let's
3 callers only, quickly.
Three callers? Yeah. Right. I hope they know what Lotus is, because it's a mix, as we says, with, of course, you could generate your pancakes and your waffles and so on. I'm sure many of you would be familiar with that particular brand. So we take 2 callers. 2, you say?
We're allowed 3, but given the time, let's take 2.
Yes, let's take 2. We can only take 2. So tell us quickly why you love Lotus best, and of course, the sweetest and most creative story wins. And you win what? Yeah, you win a giveaway. Yes, this is a giveaway segment.
So call us 6224911, and you can win yourself Lotus pancake and waffle mix here inside the ground report. We have space for 2 callers. Just give us a story.
Yeah, whatever. Come on quickly, like because it starts today, but it's continue tomorrow.
Before, yeah,
we continue tomorrow, right?
No, this is a one-off.
Oh, it's a one-off. All right, okay. So before the program finishes, no, going once, going twice, we need to give you this giveaway segment package.
Andy, we can take calls from your side as well.
Yes. So again, Snipes, let us hear about that Locust giveaway again, dear my brother. Let's hear about it again.
It is a giveaway. It is a giveaway Locust package of waffles and pancakes. Right? That is what it is all about. That's the package. And then, of course, the best of 3 callers win. So tell us what you have to tell us, why you love Locust best. And
let's go.
Hi,
good morning. Welcome.
Oh, we have it. Good.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Go ahead, tell us.
For the giveaway? You calling for the giveaway?
Only today at this moment, yeah.
All right, give us your story.
All right, I love Lotus best because it's a family thing, and my family loves it, and it's easy to prepare for the family, for the children.
Yeah.
So that's why I.
All right. Caller, what's your name?
What?
All right, so I'm going to take you off the air so you can give me a number as well, all right?
Quickly, we have 2 more quickly. Yes, give us that sweet story that you have.
Go ahead, caller, on this side, morning.
Good morning, Andy.
Calling for the Locust giveaway. Tell us about the Locust giveaway.
I love Lotus flower because it makes my roti soft and silky like my mother's touch.
Well, I didn't take the information quickly because we were out of time. We have one more. Remember, it's only now you don't have it another day, so it's a one and done scenario.
That caller didn't
Good
give me
morning.
name and
Tell us how sweet give us your story. Let that previous caller call back and they'll give you the information. Go ahead, call.
One of the finest of them all. When you're shopping and you buy Lotus flour, that helps you make your bread, your roti, your bake, everything very fine. And right now I have a small pack of Lotus flour here. I could do it on next pack. One of the best. So whenever you're shopping with any grocery, remember to pick up your pack of Lotus flour.
Hey, Teddy man, give Teddy number Lennox Smith. Yes, I'm Teddy name and the number. Oh boy, Teddy say you have a lot of flower.
Guys, we
are out of time, of course. So thanks very much for your participation.
Yes. So trying to be again after God family comes first. Be safe on the nation's not too safe roads. Until tomorrow morning, please God, stay locked on right here to Talk City 91.1 FM. Coming up next is Off the Records with Mr. X and Stefan. We are out of here.
Talk City 91.1 FM. Talk.
This is about creating opportunity through responsible management and citizen participation in national wealth. We are targeting US $3 billion in new investment within the next few years in energy, in construction, in tourism, and the digital economy.
Music.
It's reconstruction time in Trinidad, so put your shoulder to the women that move on, don't stop till you reach the top. You put a hand and I put a hand and we will sing. For big and for small in no time at all. There's no other way to do it. Show your patriotic spirit. Unity somehow. If Trinidad ever needed you, is now.
Culture.
The budget has goodies and some not so goodies, but that is because fairness requires